I use this idea a lot in my practice. The idea of therapy as a boat going across a river. So I often say to my clients, if it's appropriate, therapy, so you want to know what therapy is. You want to know what we're doing here. And I use a series of metaphors to try and paint a picture of what I think therapy is. And one of the metaphors I use is the boat. So it's as if the client and I, or perhaps the client by themselves, approaches a raging, difficult to traverse river in flood, and they're kind of stuck. They're frightened, or they're immobilized, or they're lacking the skills to traverse this river in flood. And what therapy metaphorically can do is it can take the form of me, or some other therapist who's a good fit, bringing along a tinny, a small outboard. And what we do is we jump in the outboard, the tinny, it's an Australian term, I think. We jump in the small boat, it's a rowboat, and we row together to the other side. And then we get to the other side, and then we shake hands and we say farewell, and off the client goes on their own. So therapy is a boat that transverses a dangerous or difficult to traverse river. But the point is, you got to get off at the other side and go on alone. And that's sometimes a point, that speaks to the idea that therapy comes to an end as well. It's a journey that has to end. Hopefully it ends when you get to the other side and there's been a functional conclusion. And that's, I sometimes say that to my clients. Therapy is a boat across a river, but when you get to the other side, you've got to get out and keep walking. You can't just keep pinging and ponging back between the river. That's addiction to therapy, and that's dysfunctional too. Because I think all therapists need to, their key ambition is to make themselves redundant, and that's what we should be doing. We should be giving our clients the skills to get up and walk on alone. So there you go. Look, it's a simple one. Perhaps I've spoken to it a little bit too much, but the simple idea is therapy is a boat across the river. But when you get to the other side, you've got to keep going. You can't just stay there or, continue to traverse back and forth endlessly, self-indulgently across the river. Oh, by the way, an attribution of that idea, I believe that's from my great academic spiritual mentor, Caroline Myss. I got that idea from. She's a legend, check her out.